The next story I have for you was actually so sad. Like, sometimes there are things you hear or things you see or things you read that are so upsetting. They bring tears to your eyes. They make you feel sad and they make you feel angry and they make you feel so like so much hatred towards somebody. Brian McKnight is a very, very talented singer, right? There's no denying that. He had some of the most beautiful classic songs. I always loved his song Back at One. I thought it was like the most beautiful love song. I used to listen to that thing 100 times a day for months on end. You know what I mean? Since I was like, I don't know, like 14 years old, right? But now hearing about the way he treats his children, oh Lord, it has disgusted me. So ever since I heard about him disowning his own children just because he doesn't like the mother anymore and all this stuff and just the nastiness and just acting like they don't exist, like it's abuse, in my opinion. I haven't listened to his music. I've deleted it all from my Spotify, everything. I cannot stand this man. The sight of him, everything disgusts me. Now, I'm going to play you guys a video from one of Brian McKnight's sons. And again, it's something that's going to be very, very, very emotionally upsetting, right? So one of Brian McKnight's sons, ironically named Brian McKnight Jr., who Brian doesn't speak to, and Brian has since had another son and named him Brian McKnight Jr. to replace this one because he's pretending this one doesn't exist. Yeah. Just the sickness of your brain. It's rotten for you to do this, right? He did an interview with Mark Lamont Hill to talk about how, and again, it's so sad to even talk about it. It makes me want to cry. Brian McKnight's son, Niko, his late son, as he was dying, he was begging for his father, Brian McKnight, to just tell him he loves him just one time. Tell me before I die. Tell me, Dad, that you love me. And Brian McKnight said no. And now Niko is no longer here. And so Brian Jr. shares the story about how gut-wrenching all of this was. So go ahead. Let's play the video and talk about it on the flip side, okay?
One of the darkest and coldest and most disheartening memories of my life is the day my brother calls me sobbing with all that he's going through, looking death in the eye, to tell me I'm right about telling him not to call my father. Because I knew what was going to happen. Because I knew where my dad was. I told him, man, Dad is gone. Dad's gone. All my brother wanted and needed, asked for, was my father to tell him that he loves him. And my brother responds to him, I can't arbitrarily, or my father responds to my brother that I can't arbitrarily say that I love you.
Right.
But this is the man that wanted to help him?
Yes, people heard the voicemail, but they have no idea that as a mom standing in the room with my son on speaker with his wife and hearing how belittling his father talked to him. If the first comment out of his mouth was, I don't appreciate the way you're treating my new family, who gives a damn, man?
So there you go. He is as cold as ice. He couldn't be bothered to really, truly be there for his own son as his son was dying, or even to do one simple thing, which is to tell your own son that you decided to create and bring into this world that you love him. Pure trash that man is. Please, you guys, do not stream his music. Do not buy his music. Do not buy tickets to his concerts. He is trash, and he should not be making a dime off of his art anymore. He's a disgusting person. I do not really believe in separating the art from the artist when the artist has done horrific things like this, in my opinion. I could never, ever, ever knowingly subsidize somebody like this. That is just so evil on so many freaking levels. I just cannot even begin to really even explain my level of disgust over this particular story. It is so freaking evil. It is vile. It is demonic. Good morning, Shar J. Nice to see you, boo. Absolutely terrible. And Gracie says that his new wife better take heed to how he's treating his ex-wife. Exactly. The problem is not the ex-wife. The problem is Brian McKnight. And even if the ex-wife was a problem, the kids are innocent and they have nothing to do with that. And those are his kids. And he needs to, he should be a father to his damn kids. You know what I mean? Like, acting like this is so unacceptable. Cruelty in general, but on this level is so unacceptable, you know? Exactly, Acacia. He is pure trash. I cannot wrap my mind around this. Like, you decided to have this kid, to bring this kid into this world, and you're gonna sit there stone faced as your kid is asking you to just tell them that you love them, and you're saying, actually, I can't categorically tell you that. And you know they're dying, and just, oh, it's disgusting. Absolutely disgusting. And listen, you know, I was talking about this to my sister as well on my morning phone call with my nephew about 50 Cent and the P. Diddy documentary. You know, it's great that he put that out there. It's important for P. Diddy to be exposed. But don't forget that 50 Cent is like a Brian McKnight to his own son too, right? He's got his son. I think it's Curtis Jr. actually. And he taunts him all the time. He treats him like garbage, all because of his beef with the child's mother. And so for that reason, I can't support 50 Cent either. Ramsey says you have to be a special kind of stone cold monster of a father to not give your son his last wish. Exactly. He is just absolutely disgusting. And Jaleesa says, listen, I doubt people are streaming him for real. He's old and washed. Listen, I hope so. I really hope that people are no longer streaming him. I really hope that people are no longer buying tickets to his concerts, because he does not deserve it at all. I cannot stand this man. Ali says Brian McKnight is going to get a shock when he lives out eternity with the devil. Exactly. Just a POS. And same here, 2 snaps. Even if it was for free, I wouldn't go, just because of who he is. I don't even want to see that just ugly, despicable face in my life. Evil, just woof, just evil coming out of every single pore. It's disgusting. It makes you want to vomit just looking at him. Absolutely disgusting, right? Truly evil. Gordon, you're so lucky to not know him. Lord have mercy. Zoe says, I absolutely agree with you. A person's art is an extension of themselves. Exactly. Right? And by supporting them, streaming them, whatever, you're paying them to continue on with their garbage, right? You're paying for him to continue to put money and have the money and time to be out here so hateful towards his own kids, you know, when he should be busy starving. Farrah says, I could not in good conscience be with a man who would treat his child. And, you know, that's the thing that makes it so weird about the new wife. You know, obviously I do not want to put responsibility on the new wife or anything like that, but it is true. The fact that she is able to stand by him, have kids with him and everything, like knowing that he's treating his, you know, his OG kids this way is absolutely insane. I could never. I'd be so disgusted. On what planet would any normal person be attracted to that? The wife she's psycho too. I wouldn't spit on her if she was on fire either. Neither of them. As Ruben says, he is the worst. I feel deeply sorry for his kids. Exactly. Those poor kids. They seem like super lovely kids who are doing the best they can with this situation. And he just never deserved them ever. And that might be it too, Gracie. It really might be. Maybe it's a similar thing with 50 Cent, right? There's no coincidence between their OG baby mamas and their subsequent baby mamas with the babies that they're claiming. These colonized minds, y'all. Caramel says Brian McKnight is a low-life POS stroke delight. Whoa, you could read, girl. The interview he did saying his kids weren't made in love, they're a sin. Oof, just so evil. It sends chills down your spine. Stop supporting these loser egomaniacal clowns. And I completely agree, Caramel. I don't support these people at all. I used to love Chris Brown, but even him, I had to throw him to the bushes. And y'all know I was a founding member of Team Breezy, but I can't anymore. I can't. Just people are too disgusting. You know, there are certain things, yeah, maybe you do something wrong and it's a mistake, but to purposely be this cruel to your own children, you know, or to beat multiple women, you know, over the course of several years, like it's just who you are and you're pure trash. May his son Niko rest in peace. He deserved so much better than this devil that he had as a father. Anyway, you guys, listen. I got my new package that came in. It's my Wi-Fi repeater. I want to pull it out, plug it in, see how that's doing. I forgot what the other thing I got was. It's a curtain. I got blackout curtain shades. So I'm going to go set that up. I'm going to go buy some stuff for the raclette that I'm hosting at my place on Sunday. More on that later. Oh, I have to film a video for my channel members, so I got to get onto that as well. It's some other things. I'm supposed to go do a spin class tonight at 6:30, but I'm trying to see if I could push for a 7:30 class instead of something if there's not spin, because I feel like I got a lot to do. It's already 5 o'clock, and I feel like I got a lot to do, and I won't be able to get there in time for 6:30 spin, unfortunately, but we shall see. Anyway, happy birthday again to you, Acacia. I hope that you have a fantastic, fantastic, fantastic day celebrating your birthday. And I'll see you guys on Monday. Thanks so much for joining me for another episode of the Morning Report. Take care, you guys, and I will see you Monday morning. Goodbye.